Welcome to another edition of TM3 Impact. Today, I have Tanya Vásquez from STH Interiors. Tanya, welcome to TM3 Impact.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm really happy and excited to be here, definitely.
Well, I am too. I remember when we first met at Starbucks, and as we were meeting, I thought, you've got to be on the podcast.
I remember that.
We talked about that. We talked about that. Well, let's jump right in. So I want to know, Cliff Note version, how did you come to live in this amazing city, San Antonio? Tell me that story.
Well, make it short, a little bit of a version. I really think God brought us here.
I love it. Tell me more.
That's what I feel inside. Because we always, my husband and I, Juan Carlos, we always talk about moving abroad, right?
Okay.
Like change countries, live the experience. He studied one semester in college in Chile, and I studied in Argentina. So we're kind of a free spirit people.
Okay.
And when we got married 11 years ago, we talk about that. But instead of moving to another country, we moved to another state in Mexico.
Okay.
And I think that kind of pinned the path for us to do that change or that jump. And then when we decided to move back to Guanajuato, I wanted to, and my husband was like, yes, but why if we move to another place?
Okay.
He wasn't 100% sure or excited to move back to our city. And at that moment, I opened a furniture store in our town. And we start coming to San Antonio in Houston area to buy decoration for our furniture store. So it kind of started like that. And then he started liking it. Yeah. Because we always just drive through Texas when I was visiting my sister in North Carolina. So North Carolina was our first option.
Interesting.
And then one day we were like, what if we move here? It's nice. It's close to the border. Yeah. We can bring our business here. Yeah. And then he contacted a lawyer because that was our first step, doing things right. Yep. We wanted to, we had our tourist visa. So he saw the option of coming with an investor visa. Yes. So we asked God and said like, okay, if that's our path, that's where we needed to be, open the door for us. Yeah. So we thought the hardest part was the papers. Right. That's what you think when you're in another country. The hardest part to move to America is the papers. Yeah. That was the easiest part.
Oh, interesting.
Like it was super easy. In a matter of a year. Yeah. And a couple of months after we made the actual decision of moving here, it was easy. Okay. It was fast, definitely. So.
That's awesome. So what made San Antonio over North Carolina? Because I've been to North Carolina. North Carolina is beautiful. It's green. It's like there's green everywhere. What was the difference picking here? Was it the closeness to home, being able to like say we could go back home? What made that difference to select San Antonio, New Braunfels?
Well, one of the reasons was easier because it's easier to go home. It's a direct flight from San Antonio to Leon. It's 1 hour, 30 minutes. We kept our business in Mexico. So it was going back and forward a lot easier. Like if you drive, it's about 12 hours. Okay. Right? And compared to North Carolina, that it's like 36 hours drive.
Yeah, it's a long drive.
And when we got to know the city and the surrounding areas and the little towns, we moved to New Braunfels. We live in New Braunfels, but we work in here. Like most of our work is here in San Antonio. Right. We fell in love with the area. Like you have in your mind that Texas is all desert. And then we get to find this paradise and be happy to be here. Like we're so grateful for that.
Yeah, no, I mean, San Antonio is one of those cities that so many military stay here. Mm-hmm. They come and they retire. They go through San Antonio and then they come back and retire here. And that's what my dad did. My dad, born in Puerto Rico, New York, joined the military, and then he ends up leaving and then coming back here. He was in Minnesota for 8 years. Almost 10 years. And then he ends up coming back here to retire, which a lot of people end up doing. It's such a great city.
We've seen that.
Yeah. So let's go back to let's go back to that high school Tanya, right? Like, what were you thinking? Were you envisioning always design, even from a young age, like interior design, furniture design? Was that kind of the beginning when you were younger in high school?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I was always interested in politics.
Oh, interesting.
And I liked like a lawyer career. I'm really good at speaking, I guess. In Spanish is better, definitely. Yeah. But I like that part. But my father always said, like, study whatever you like, but never get into politics. Never.
He told you right away?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, that's... well, things in Mexico are kind of hard in that field. And literally, a lot of my friends who has kind of the same profile as me end up in politics.
Okay.
But for me, I think I'm also had the creative part.
Okay.
And I was, my goal of studying interior design was to plan parties, weddings, conferences, big events.
Yeah.
But once I was through the career, I love residential and commercial too.
Yeah.
We end up.
At what point was that in college? Did you finally did it click, or was it just leaving high school? What point did it click that you're like, okay, I'm liking interior design?
Well, yes. I think it was in college when I started to know what design means, really.
Okay, yeah.
Where one semester we study like residential, one semester commercial, one semester like outdoors, like gardens. And it opened my eyes of the possibilities of what design can do in your life.
Okay.
There was an example when a teacher said, like, you can change people's mood.
Yeah.
With design. Like in a restaurant, for example, if you set up, or in the club, if it is too hot, then people wanted to drink, right? Yeah. Or the lighting, how it sets the mood for a romantic, more elegant dinner, or in a open building, like more with more people, just to paint a little line on the floor gives you like you're not allowed to go into that direction. Like it literally, how do you say it? Guides your movements and your thoughts and the way you live the space. It really gets into you.
Yeah, I love that. It's funny that you mentioned this because, my office was a mess, okay, about 3 months ago, and I didn't want to go in there. I got to the point where I started working in the living room at the table because I was just like, I don't want to go in my office because it's a mess. And the design of it is a little off. I can feel there's something off in my office. And so talk about when you go into and you're working with clients, like when you're working with clients, how do you first start engaging with them so that to help them understand like, hey, where you put things is actually going to help your mood?
Okay, that's funny because that came more of another area of my life. Yeah. I think I learned how to ask the right questions. And that comes from my father. Yeah. He was in sales his whole life. He was in health living agent insurance. And he sells something you cannot see. And you will never have the benefit of it, right? Yeah. That's hard to sell. Yeah. But how you sell that, it's asking the right questions. What is important for you? what are you going to leave for your family? What are you working for every day?
Yeah.
And then you answer yourself. And then I was into that conversation often in my life. So I think I do the same thing with my clients.
Yes.
I ask the right questions. My goal with design is to be functional first, and then obviously add the aesthetics to it. But what does it mean for you? What are your daily routine? What you want to achieve in that place? Like, I think after COVID, a lot of us realize how important it is to be at our home and in that interior space, and that it affects your health, your mood, your mental. It can lead you to a mental break, or it can literally help you in your daily basis.
100%. Yes.
So, and we were allowed to literally live it.
Yeah.
And another thing is that that's what we work for, right? Yeah. That is one of the more common goals, to have our dream home. Yeah. And balance those things and what it really means to you as a person. Yeah. That's what my goal, to help them to achieve that. And then it comes the aesthetics.
Yeah. So so that first part, function first, I think that's critical, right? And honestly, that's kind of critical in like any piece that you're doing. But in interior design, sometimes people want to go to the aesthetic first. What is it going to look like? But we've got to do the function. How do you want to use this room? Right? Like the function of the room.
Completely.
Yeah, I did not think about that. That's really, really good. Function first, then aesthetics. Now, when I want to go back real quick, because I think it's interesting, because the fact that you went to Argentina, Juan Carlos went to Chile. I'm curious if that experience helped you make the transition to New Braunfels. Right, going there, right, and experiencing that, did that help you make the transition to be able to experience you're coming to a whole other country and seeing Texas, right, which is a whole nother vibe. Did going to Argentina, did that help you for this transition, and how?
Well, it definitely helps, because when it's the first time that you are so far from your country, from your family, and how you deal with it, and you realize, do I like it? I'm not for this. I can handle it, and then feel comfortable. I love this. Like, Juan Carlos wanted to stay one more semester. So he loved it. So it really helps to learn how it is to live far from home. Yeah. And it's not the end of the world. Yeah. And if you wanted to focus on the good things, you're always gonna learn something from it. So I think it definitely helped for us to just have a smoother way to live.
Yeah, you transition, and I think it's important. I'm almost wondering if it might be almost like mandatory for our kids to have that experience, right? To live abroad and experience that life away from their parents with another family. I have a dear friend that he's one of the publishers of Luxury Home Magazine, Tori, and he's for Hawaii. He's at the Hawaii magazine, and his son, I'm pretty sure, lived in Mexico for a year, almost a year, so that he could learn Spanish and become bilingual. That's what he wanted to do. It was with the Rotary Club that he was able to do that. Yes, nice. And I thought about that. I was like, just that alone, for my son, being able to spend a year away from us and then experience life, that had to be amazing. How old were you when you went to Argentina?
When I went to Argentina, I was 19,
Oh,
20,
wow.
I think, something in there.
That's young.
But first, I was 6 months when I was 15 in North Carolina with one of my aunts to learn English, or trying to just improve it, right?
Yeah. And how long were you there?
6 months.
You were there for like a semester. That's almost a semester. Yeah.
So yes, that opens your vision of what the world is. Yeah. Like, you are always with the comfortness of your home, and you have who can, your mom does your food and cleans for you and wash your clothes. And then you realize, okay, if I don't go to the supermarket, I won't eat.
Yeah.
Like it makes you aware of what your parents does for you all the time, and you don't realize it. So
no, that's good.
You're
that's
more
good.
mature.
I think our kids. I think Christina. That's what we're doing. We're sending Enzo away for a year. That's what we're gonna do.
He'll learn a lot.
So talk about this. So you guys start your first business in your home city, right, in Guanajuato, right, in Mexico.
Yes.
You start a furniture business. What was the inspiration for you to say, let's start this first? Like, what kind of inspired you to start that first there in Mexico?
Well, it was mostly because every time I did a project for a client, I didn't just do selections, right? That's what interior design does. But and then choose furniture and the layout and the circulation and everything. But I always ended up designing the furniture, like the night table or the couch or the coffee table to fit their needs. Right. So a project that usually can take 1 or 2 months, it took me 5 months because I was like custom making all those things. So I told Juan Carlos, you know what? I think I wanted to open a furniture store with all the furniture pieces that I have designed through this time. So make it easier and quicker and that I can be able to just choose from what I know it's functional and it works, and I get to choose the fabrics and the materials, and I know if a couple has a little kids, the fabric is resistant, and all those little details.
Yep.
So they can enjoy. That's why we open it, so we can be more effective.
Yeah, that's smart. Tell me about your first job as an interior designer. I want to go back to that very first job where someone's like, okay, I want you to do this. I want you to do, was it a house or an office?
It was commercial.
It was commercial. Okay, so let's go back to that. It's because you guys do both. You can do commercial and residential. So go back to that first job when someone was like, okay, help me.
Okay.
What was that like, and how big of a project was it?
So that was when I was still like in college. I was still studying, and it was that semester where we studied commercial.
Okay.
And for the final project, we need to design and produce or make happen a stand or a booth. I don't know what's the right translation. A booth?
Is it like a booth for like a fair or something?
Fair.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in León, Guanajuato, there's a really famous fair for shoes that it's called Zapica. It's international. It's huge.
Okay.
So one of the most or the biggest brands of shoes have their booths there.
Okay.
So our job as students was to get a business that wanted to have us design their booth and make it happen for the fair. So it happens that I talked to a friend, but that year, his family was having one of the biggest booths on the fair.
At the fair, okay.
And they accept.
So they want you to design it for them, the booth.
Well, me and my colleagues,
your team,
our team.
Yeah.
But I was the one who talked to my friend and said, you know what? We have this project for college. Yeah. Do you think your family want us to design and do their booth? And he was like, yes, let me introduce you to my brother. And so we were there for hours. He was so into details. Like he has this shoe business, but it has 12 different lines. For running, for yoga, for more casual, for urban, So he wanted to have long runways with beautiful models and catch all people's attention. And I was
the booth?
In the booth.
Oh, wow.
Yes, like just the front of the booth, because it was in a corner. He wanted models to just be all the time modeling there. And we were like, why don't you get to have like how do you call the front of the store where you can see the...
like a storefront, like the windows?
Yes.
Yeah.
for each brand.
Oh.
And you show them what each brand it's for. And then he was like, oh, interesting. But he was so into details. It was meetings for hours and hours and hours. At the end, we get to do like all the front of the booth. And then with the architect, we guide him to do the interior.
To kind of build it.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And he loved it.
Yeah.
Actually, the teacher who did that class was like telling to our peers in college, like, they're not going to make it. Like, it's just, it's impossible. I've been doing this for years and they're not going to make it.
Right.
Well, we not only make it and design it and do it and happen, supervise it. And the next year, we won the first place for the whole event of design that booth. So, yes, it was a success.
Awesome. That's awesome. Is that when it kind of clicked like, okay, this is what I want to do? Because, there's moments in your life where you're like, okay, no, this is what I want to do. Was it during that project or was it something before or after?
I think that was one of the most important things that it clicked.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I'm good at this. Like,
yeah.
And not just like the design part of it, but literally talk to the client, make him feel related with what he was doing at that moment, change his whole idea, like be brave enough to say to a businessman, no, why don't we try this?
Yeah.
And we were students.
Yeah.
At the end, we were not professional at that moment, and he accept.
Yeah.
And he trusts in our vision, and we made that happen. And then wins, it's like you realize and say, like, I'm good at this.
Yeah. That's awesome. So what's interesting too is that what you learned there, right? It's like, okay, he was focusing on the aesthetics and you were thinking about function already in that moment. You were already thinking about, let's think about the function of how this is going to function. And then let's worry about this aesthetics, right? Like, let's get people's attention because of the function of it. And then the aesthetics will be another kind of guiding piece to that. That's really, really cool.
And that's the thing about asking the right questions and know the personality of your client, because he was more interested in having something flashy and catch people's attention. So I asked him, like, or the way we present the idea was like, have you been in Rodeo Drive and you want to have like all the storefronts and how that's super Tom Hilfiger and this is Ralph Lauren, and so you need to show that to the people and feel they're walking in a luxurious hallway of storefronts. And he was like, oh, I'm into that.
Yeah. So could you also walk into the booth so you could see that and then walk into it? Yes. That's cool.
So that attracts people attention to see. So do they have all this?
Yeah.
And with their own personality, and then they walk into the booth because of that.
What a great idea. Mm-hmm. That's a great idea. I love that.
Thank you for remembering me of that.
Yeah.
I just have it lost.
Well, it's it's interesting because we do things in our past. I call this concept. I learned this from David Goggins. I don't know if you know who that is. He's a endurance athlete. He was a former Navy SEAL. But there's these things that we've done in our past that we need to put inside a cookie jar, like a figurative cookie jar. And there's those moments in life where we won or we did something, we accomplished something. Maybe we ran a marathon. Maybe we won first place for this event. But every once in a while, we got to be reminded. And when things are hard, we go to the cookie jar. And we find that moment that reminds us, hey, of our greatness. It reminds us of our endurance and what we've done and what we've accomplished in the past. And then in those moments when we get to the cookie, it pushes us forward, right? It's like, it's a reminder that, hey, you know what? I can do this. I'm okay. So I love that. That it's such a great idea that I didn't come up with it. It was David Goggins. It's in one of his books. Okay.
But thanks for sharing.
Yeah. So I think that's always great. Okay. So now let's fast forward. You've got your furniture store. You decide, okay, we're moving to New Braunfels, right? I want to know that first year of living in what year was that in New Braunfels that you moved?
2020 or 2021?
Oh,
2021.
2021.
Yes, because we've been here for 3 years.
Okay, so you just said during COVID, we'll just move. No big deal.
During COVID and during the exact year when all the prices
Or
went
sky
higher.
high.
So
Oh
we
my
were coming
gosh.
for a couple of years, and we saw the rent and the prices of the houses and how much it will be for us to be able to afford living here.
Yeah.
And then at the exact year that we moved, everything was a lot more expensive.
I mean, not even a lot. Like it was a lot.
Exactly.
A lot. Yes.
Like we were like,
wow.
oh, okay, with this amount we can make it happen, and
Yeah.
everything changed.
Yeah.
So it was kind of crazy, scary, and hard.
Very hard.
Because I cannot imagine, like, literally we were coming in a privileged status, right?
Yeah.
We had our business, we have the expertise, we have papers, like the investment visa
Yeah.
to come. We have the language, not like a perfect English,
Yeah.
but I can make myself understand.
Yeah.
And it
It's
was
awesome.
hard.
It was hard. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
really hard.
Yeah.
Like if people, one time a person asked us, what was the process of being there? Can you share us? We want to move there. And it started asking so many questions and how we did it.
Yeah.
And when we end up the call, I was like, if I knew that since the beginning,
Yeah.
maybe I wouldn't
Oh, interesting.
take that decision.
Yeah.
Because you do step by step,
Yeah.
little by little. And then when you look back, you're like, wow, is that it? All that we have done?
Yeah, it's a lot, right? And you said the paperwork part was easy, but just the transition, right? Like just transitioning, moving to a new city. I didn't realize you did it during COVID. That's wild.
During
I didn't know
COVID.
that. During COVID. Wow. Okay, so that first year of business, was the focus interior design still, or more selling your furniture? What was the focus in the beginning?
I hope we knew what to focus on.
Okay.
But you come here and there's so many possibilities
Yeah.
that you want to try it all.
Okay.
And
That's
then
true.
You are like, okay, what about furniture? But wholesale furniture. But what about interior design? What about doing this other idea? What about selling churros? I don't know. Like, it's, like people
love
get
it.
millionaires selling food here. So it's like,
Right.
you get exhausted.
Yeah.
And at the end, it's the first idea that you come up with
Yeah.
that leads you to, because you already have the expertise.
Yeah.
You already have the knowledge. You have done it in your country.
Yeah.
You know how to do it. Focus on until success.
Yeah.
That's focus,
Yeah.
right?
It's interesting you say that, because I think that as entrepreneurs, you're sharing something that a lot of entrepreneurs can really grab a hold of, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's this idea, I call it, one of the things I've heard is the shiny object syndrome. And this happens to entrepreneurs, is like, they find a little bit of success, and then they see a shiny object, which is another opportunity. And they're like, well, if I can do this, I can do that. And then they run over there and do that. And then after a while, they've got like all these plates and they've got all these different things that they're trying to do, but they're not good at one thing because they're trying to do it all. And I think you realize right away, it's like, wait a minute, let's really focus on what we can do to help people and not try to do everything.
And I think that's also something that United States culture, like they have mastered it and do it just one thing, and that's what they do. And that was a cultural shock.
Okay.
Because here people didn't understand why we want to do like kind of a little bit of everything. Because in Mexico, for example, Juan Carlos being an architect, when you hire an architect in Mexico, he builds for you. So that's supernatural. That's common. They expect the architect to build for you.
So they're not only not only design, but they actually do the building process as well.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's when I come with the interior design, and then at the end the furniture, right? Like
Okay.
it makes sense there.
Yeah.
And it was easy for us to do that way.
Okay.
But then here they were like, okay, no, let me just understand. Are you an architect or interior designer? Or are you a business that does construction, remodeling, or furniture? I don't get it. And we're like, why you don't get it? It's so easy to. But then we start to knowing more the culture and how they focus on just one particular thing.
Yeah.
And when it clicked, we were like, oh my God, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So right now we're just literally focused on interior design and furniture.
Yeah.
That's it. No more.
Yeah, and the beautiful thing about that is I actually met your husband first. I actually met him at the parade, and we met. That would have been at the Pinsac's house
last year,
and you guys had designed all the furnitures for that parade home. And did they win? What award did they win? Did they win interior? Did they win any design?
They won interior design, architectural layout, primary suite, like the specialty room.
Yeah.
And they already won like 12 awards in general, like in the state. Also, they won best parade of homes. Like they did such an amazing job. Like Angela is the one who made all the interior design and the selections.
Yep.
And she's incredible, talented at that.
Yep.
And yes, we did all the furniture, the creation, and I think we just brought the final piece to have that look of what that house has.
Well, and I think this is what people, if you're going to build $1 million home, right? If you're going to build something 1.2, right? When I was talking with your husband and it really clicked for me. It's like, why would you not have custom furniture that really is meant for that room? Instead of trying to go find like the square to fit in the circle, right? You go into all these different furniture stores, right? Why don't you sit down with someone that can really look and go, no, okay, let me show you function first. What is the function? And then let's talk about aesthetic and build something perfect for this room. Talk a little bit about that in helping clients understand that.
Well, it's like you said, you're investing this much amount of money on your custom home, right? And all the features and all the things that you want for that home. I think you can kind of upgrade your home a lot more when you find the right and perfect pieces.
Yeah.
Because at the end, you're not going to sit on the wall.
Right.
You're not going to sit on the countertop, or you're not going to lay down on the floor, right?
Yeah.
All those things are the shell. How do you?
Structure.
Structure.
Shell. Yep.
But then what you're going to use when you sit to read? To drink a cup of wine, to hang out with your friends, your kids doing homework. So if you think you spend that much time in your home and you think on all those little details of how you do your daily routine, you better pick a furniture that fit that needs.
Yeah.
And it's in the right height, in the right size, in the right scale with the whole architecture. It has the perfect material for you to use. It won't scratch because your kids are gonna use it.
Yeah.
It won't stain because you love wine and parties. So it's kind of, once you're using the space, it's perfect for it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times when the design is good, people won't notice.
True.
They will see like, I love it, and it's super well designed, it's balanced, but once they feel it, it's when they can tell the difference, when they are using the space. But when it's wrong, when it's not well accomplished, they will notice right away the little details. Ooh, that color doesn't match this one.
Yeah.
Oh, that height or that scale, like you can tell easier.
Yeah.
But when it's in the little detail, when it's well designed, you just feel it.
Yeah.
And immediately you know it's right.
Yeah, it's interesting, right? Like that, you do know. And I remember walking into that house and congratulations to the Pinsac's, because it was beautiful.
Beautiful.
I mean, just the layout, even that little bitty, the furniture that you put right in front of the fireplace, like right there, and when you kind of came in around where the kitchen and all of that, like the layout, all the design of everything, well done. I mean, that was really, really, really beautiful. And I think we should probably show some pictures during the podcast of just that layout and that specialty room, which was almost like a theater room, right? The one theater room that they had off the pool.
Yes, that was beautiful. Like they designed this speakeasy bar
Yeah.
kind of look.
Yeah.
And then you can make use of the bar and hang out there. And then we come up with this couch, this leather couch
Yeah.
that just fit the rooms or completes it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because it feels masculine. It feels luxurious. It looks kind of a
Yeah.
manly speakeasy bar look.
Right.
So I think those furniture pieces at the end bring the final look that they were looking for.
Yeah.
And they put so much into the design of all the areas of the house. Trust me, there's so many things that you wouldn't even know they put into it.
Yeah.
And unless they take you in a private tour and show you, right?
Yeah.
That we tried to do our best to meet their standards and the high quality of all the details they chose for that house.
Well, you did it. I mean, you did it. I mean,
thank you.
very well done. I mean, that was one of my favorite houses in that, like you instantly felt the design when you walked in that house. And with the furniture and everything, especially in that one room, because that was a room that Juan Carlos and I met. We actually met in that little
didn't know that.
speakeasy. Yeah. It was, I mean, again, beautiful. Okay, so let's talk about this. So when you, right now, so tell me the type of client set, like your avatar. You know, the avatar is, what is the client that's going to reach out to you? Who should be calling you before they do anything, and what are some of the questions that you ask them? So what's your ideal client, and then what are some of those questions that you're going to ask to get them started?
Okay, so our ideal client, I think, or what we have seen definitely, is who are looking for their dream home and wanna experience it with the less effort possible, you know, like, because we bring that experience to you. Like, you're not gonna go to 100 stores, or, you know, it's that client who appreciates their time and they know their time is value.
Yeah.
So we are gonna bring our expertise, because we're the experts on that, to just ask the right questions and just bring everything to you. And you can experience and feel and enjoy the final result. Yeah. It doesn't matter if it is big, medium, huge house, but that you know your time is worth it and you want to use it or spend it to hang out with your kids, to take them to a trip or other things, that being in 100 stores looking for a perfect piece. That's my job.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you with that. Leave me that time for me, that I already know what you're looking for, and I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
So
I love that. And for a lot of people, especially if you're thinking commercial, right? When you're thinking about people's offices, right? Business owners, they don't want to go shopping for 10 different stores, right? And then homeowners that are busy, they don't want to do that. And that's valuable.
And sometimes they get confused with so many options. They get like tired, they don't enjoy it, and they make the process of doing their dream home tedious.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, okay, I don't know what to choose. I don't know what to do. Yeah. So that's my job. My job is to bring you joy in the process of having your dream home. I will help you. I will bring my expertise, my knowledge, to know what's in your mind and say, okay, because modern means something to you that kind of maybe it's different for me. So it's like, what do you like, what you don't like, what's the color to make you feel comfortable? Are you looking more into moody? What luxurious means to you? What's your goal when you accomplish your house? Is it part of your personal goals? Is part of your family goals? Is it more important to you or your wife or the husband? Is for your kids to grow there? Are they gonna have those Christmas parties there and have their memories there? How important is those spaces for you? And how do you use them? And then I will bring all that information, how, like, if you want more of a comfy, homey look, luxurious, sophisticated, and what does that mean to you? And I'll just play with it. And bring you the final result.
I can tell you, there's so many homeowners that need that. They need it. Like, I mean, I think about, I was just in a house yesterday and it's 8,000 square feet, right? 8,000 square foot home. It's for sale. Beautiful house. I mean, this house is, it's just got all those little touches to it. And, but someone's going to need to go in there with custom furniture. If you go in there and you try to pick every piece, number one, it's going to take too long. But with custom furniture and making the pieces for each room, I think it just changes that. So talk about now when you're looking to make furniture, right? Like, my immediately thought is this is going to be insanely expensive, right? Like that's my thought, right? So talk a little bit about that and the ability to do that for clients. And is it really expensive? Is it like, and compared to going to a store, like, how does that all relate when helping a client?
Well, definitely it's not the cheapest. It's not like IKEA furniture, right?
Of course.
Because we are looking all the time into quality of the materials. We know how our furniture is built. We've been there. We see all the interior, all the materials that it's made of, the things you don't see. We get to pick the comfortness, the fabric, the legs, the little finishes that goes there. So, what was your question? Sorry.
So in terms of, no, you're
is
answering.
It expensive?
So for most people, they're going to think, oh, this is going to be like out of my price range, right? They may feel that way. And then how do you make that connection to help them see, like, this is, hey, number one, this is why we're doing it. And then this is the cost. This is where it's going to be looking like,
Okay. I cannot say what can be expensive or not to you. That's a question the client might answer. But we have seen it's worth it. I don't think it's crazy expensive because there's other brands that are a lot more expensive than us, and we have seen it in this kind of houses.
Okay.
So we are in the affordable range of those brands.
Got it.
Definitely.
Okay.
And we've seen, usually with all the decoration and everything, like just turnkey experience, it really goes on to 10 to 15% of the value of the house.
Okay.
That's what it will take.
Okay.
But to have it all, like literally all, like outdoor furniture, pillows, the baskets, the little blanket, the art wall, the furniture, like everything that you're gonna like literally spend so many trips to the store to just get the plant, the portrait, like everything is just what you will spend at the end.
So $1 million, about $100,000 in furniture. Is that kind of like the or 100 to 150?
It can go between 90 to 120, depending on the material and how many pieces of furniture we're gonna use. If you want it like into like all the detail, like literally books that decorate the plant, it all increases. But yes, it goes between those. And
so if you have, I would imagine too, you may have clients that say, hey, I don't want to be in the 90, maybe I want to be in the 60. And then you can kind of walk them through that, what that would look like based on their budget. Well, it could be their budget or their just constraints, if you will.
You know what happens? A lot of the times clients don't realize at the end they will spend it. They will spend it in bedding, in mattresses, in pillows, in baskets, in all the little things that we bring for you. That's why I'm saying that percentage. But you can start in 60 with just the furniture.
True.
You know, but you won't have that final look.
Yeah.
And at the end, you're going to go to so many places just to have those little details like the bedding.
Yeah.
And we do everything. Like we even iron and steam the curtains and the bedding and the pillow. And we bring fragrance, aroma, and to just have the whole vibe.
Yeah, you want the whole mood, the whole mood with that. Yeah, with the house. So tell me about future projects. What projects are you working on? Do you have any commercial projects you're working on? Any residential? What's coming up?
We are doing commercial.
Okay.
That's funny because we were not looking for, but clients who have we have worked with in their homes.
Okay.
Then they bring us to their commercial projects.
Okay.
And we're doing a little bit of commercial.
Nice.
But we are always gonna stay on residential too. Like that's our bread and butter. Like what we enjoy and what we love to do.
Yeah.
And so we're working with builders too. Like that's something that we are being request for their model homes or their parade of homes.
Right.
Because I think we are the kind of company and persons who focus on the little details.
Yeah.
Like all the way. So they can feel that in our projects.
Yeah.
So they start looking for us to do their model homes, their parade homes, and then they are bringing their clients.
Yeah.
And
that's fun.
work with them.
Well, the cool part too is that when Carlos saw, he actually has experience with architecture. Mm-hmm. So because he has that experience with architecture, he can look at plans and see it, which you probably have that skill too, to some degree, right? You can look at plans and understand, but that's such the both of you combined having that that degree and having that understanding, and then you having the interior design degree. Talk a little bit about how you and your husband work together to really plan out how to best help, a client. Because I think that's powerful.
Yes, well, literally his expertise brings how to balance the architecture of the home with the interior and the selections that we are doing. Mm-hmm. So the architecture and the interior design is really related, but at the end, you're seeing the same thing from different perspectives.
Right.
So I think that make our options wider and how we approach things or the way we solve things comes from a different approach.
Yeah.
So mixing both of our professions, it's what you see in our projects.
Yeah.
It's just not decoration and it's not just making it look pretty. It's considering the architecture of the house, how it's built, the materials, the finishes. Okay, let's bring that to the furniture. Let's bring that finish and that detail on the architecture to this piece of furniture.
Yeah.
So it reflects the house too.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing.
That's
working
powerful,
together.
Tanya. That's really powerful because if you really think about it, I mean, they're getting it's not just the design, it's another whole perspective.
Yes.
On the design and interior design, because you have that both of you have that background. He's got that architecture. That's really cool.
Yes.
I mean,
and he doesn't allow me to do super expensive things because it's like, no, that's gonna cost too much. You're playing with the structure of the house. No, that's not happening. And
that's
I'm
good.
like, okay, he just stays me more into reality. Because
it could really, I mean, as a designer, like you could dream, and then some of those dreams can get real expensive real quickly. You know
Totally.
what I mean? Like because you're thinking of like the full function and the aesthetics, right? So that's really cool.
But he's always thinking of the process of making happen.
Yeah.
How much is gonna cost?
Yeah.
To do all that and do this and remove that. And it's like in his mind, he's thinking of the process of make it happen.
Yeah.
Is that too crazy? Okay, we can talk to our client about it, but definitely it's not going to be something real.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So he does the design from that perspective,
right,
and the process of making it happen.
Which is, you need both. You really need both. And so, which reminds me, so there's probably a lot of designers out there that if they don't have that facet of the thinking through the project, I mean, that's you're missing, right? You could be missing something. So so you've got some residential, you've got some commercial coming up. What's the biggest residential project you're working on right now?
Well, we just finished a project with Grand Endeavor in New Braunfels. We work with them with the Parade of Homes too. And they won a lot of awards too.
Let's go.
And they were really happy with our final result and what we brought to the table. And well, that's the more recent project.
Yeah.
It was last month, two weeks ago.
Congratulations. That's really, really cool. Really, really cool. Okay, so one of the things that we like to do is we like to say a book that you've read and kind of share maybe something that you read that you like to give to other people. A book that you've read that you like to give to other people. And we always like to share something like that maybe other business owners would need to read. What's something that comes to mind that you like to share?
So what I would love to share is lately, because I love to read a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah.
Personal development, business, fiction. But lately, I'm reading a devotional.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I love it.
I didn't know how to read the Bible.
Yeah.
So we got kind of closer to God moving here.
Yeah.
And so one day I asked, Lord, give me the tools to be a better communicator with you. I don't know how to pray, how to read the Bible. I don't know anything of that. So we were in Bernie, and there was this store that you find a lot of things, right? And there was this book of devotional, little prayers every day.
Yeah. And
it's 365 days.
Oh, that's cool.
And I found out so many things you don't know we need to pray for.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is regarding to work.
Yeah.
Let me be the tool for your message through my work and through my talents that you have given me. And I want to share that with my clients. And I want to transmit or transfer that message to our work and say, whatever talent we have, it's from God.
Yeah.
And He is working through us to bring this to you. So.
Yeah. I love that. So what's the devotional called? Do you remember the name of it?
I'm so bad at that.
That's okay. Yeah.
I can share you an image. I gave it to a friend already, to my sister.
That's cool.
I love to share what works with me and helps me, because that's a daily basis thing,
Yep.
And sometimes you're used to say, okay, Lord, take care of my family, my kids, my business. Thank you, because I have food in my plate. And then there's so many things you don't realize you can pray for, your church, your people around you, your work, your talents.
I love that. I just had my Bible study. We have a men's Bible study this morning, and one of our memory scriptures is John 16:24, and it's, until now you've not asked for anything in my name. Ask and you will receive, and your joy will be complete. And we have to memorize scripture with every week. And I mean, just that alone, just memorizing these scriptures and help, it's a huge help, right?
Huge.
Like a huge help. So shout out to Gilly Mendoza, my buddy who we're doing that Bible study with. So this is Diary of the CEO. These are questions from the Diary of the CEO that are on his show. Okay. Really cool podcast. If you ever want to watch a really cool podcast. And what you do is you're going to pick 2 cards. Okay. But you only have to answer one of the questions. So you'll answer and then I get to answer. So it's really cool, you know? And we have no idea what we're going to get. And then the really cool thing is on the back of here, if we scan this is actually somebody answering that question. So Simon Sinek got this question and then he answered it. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. All right, so you get to pick 2. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Now, what's funny is we literally had 2 weeks in a row the same question picked.
Oh, really?
If it happens again, I mean, come on. What are the chances? What are the chances? All right, so pick which question you like the best, and then we'll read it, and then you'll answer it. You'll go first.
So I just read the one that I choose?
Yeah, but you read the one you choose, and then that's the one you and I both have to answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but you go first, okay?
I got to go first? Okay, that's fine. I'll go first.
Can you describe what winning means to you?
Ooh, that's such a good one. What does winning mean to Tomas? Okay, so I would answer this question differently when I started my business. Mm-hmm. The answer of winning was I needed to get to a certain money. Mm-hmm. Like money was the winning.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, that was the measure of your success.
That was a measure. Mm-hmm. And I even to the point, I'll never forget this. I had a business coach and I at the time I was reading Napoleon Hill. He wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich. Mm-hmm. You've heard of this book?
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
So in the book, chapter 2 is what is your burning desire? Mm-hmm. Right. So I go through this book and I figure out my burning desire, Tanya. Like I know my burning. I want $500,000. And I write it down. I want 500,000. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's when I want to have it. And this is, how I'm going to accomplish it. Right. And I called my coach and I said, I figured it out. I know my burning desire. And I'll never forget my coach. He's like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
He was such a nice person with you, right?
I mean, he's from New York. And Cindy Mendelson, if you hear this, please call me. But you know what? It was the best thing that I needed in that moment. Mm-hmm. It was, God knew that I needed him in my life in that moment, right? Because he literally sat there and he goes, you know what? Let me tell you something. He said, if I put that in your bank account right now, would anything change? And I had to stop and think, and I was like, well, fast forward, right? Because he was right. We had a significant event in our life where we sold something and we had a large sum of money in our bank account. And I'll never forget, we're like waiting, did it hit? Did it hit? Is it in? Did we get the check? Mm-hmm. Finally it hits and I look at it and it was more zeros than I had ever seen in my account, right? And I remember looking at it and I just thought, he was right? Like it didn't change anything. I still had to go to work the next day. Right? Nothing changed in anything that I was doing. So winning at that point was money. Now, what I look at winning is connecting. Mm-hmm. To me, winning is seeing people around me get connected and then they start to have success. Mm-hmm. Right? Seeing people around me get to move in a way where they're meeting new people that maybe they haven't met before. They're getting in environments that they never gotten in. Seeing people connect or seeing people grow because maybe there's a book that I shared or something that I shared with them. That's winning to me. And I think the biggest, I remember this vividly. John Maxwell, he said this in a meeting, and now this has kind of been resonating with me, is his definition of success is knowing that the people closest to him love and respect him the most. That people who are closest to him love and respect him the most. Mm-hmm. Because you could have all this money, you could have all this, these things, but if your family closest to you doesn't love and respect you, what would it matter? It wouldn't matter, right? So winning now has changed to how can I connect others and how can I ensure that the people closest to me love and respect me the most? Meaning I've got to be living in such a way that I'm adding to them and wanting them to grow. So that's winning to me.
Wow.
What about you?
Interesting.
Tanya, what's winning mean to you?
You got me thinking in so many things.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Like I can literally see you that's winning for you. And you're doing it. You're nailing it because it's part of your personality. Definitely it's what you just transfer to other people. You're so nice connecting people. Like it's in you. It's your vibe. Definitely.
Thank you.
I can tell.
Yeah.
And for me, what's winning for me? I think like you said, it had changed through the years. At some point of my life, maybe it was like the job, like the work, being successful in what I do. But then life hits, right? And everything changes and your priority changes. I thought doing the best for the work every day and just leaving my kids a little bit aside, like just wait for me there a little. Like I'm gonna travel for this, I'm gonna do it for that, I'm going to Mexico back and forward, doing everything to make this business successful. And then you realize, like you said, the most important in your life, it's just next to you every night. My husband and my kids. So being there for them, it's a winning for me.
I love it.
Being able to just share my time, slow down, go for a picnic, take them to church. Going on a trip. We just took our kids to New York for their birthday.
Oh, that's awesome.
They just turned 8 and 6, and I was like, what are we gonna do in New York with kids? I don't think it's a kids friendly city, but it was. They love it. They enjoy it so much, and they literally said that it's been their best vacation ever, and they want to do it every year. Instead of asking for a party or other things, they're like, can we do a trip? Obviously, we have places in mind we want to know, but I think it's going to be a family tradition for us to travel for their birthday. And I think that's a winning for me because being able and being so blessed that our work and our business allow us to be close to our kids. You saw it the other day. They came to an event with cars, and my kid loves cars.
Awesome.
So after networking and doing all the work thing, he was able to come, see the cars, try it, and that they are so close to us. They can see what we do every day. Because they can imagine, right? When my mom was helping me taking care of the kids and we were traveling, they can imagine. That's it. But now they get to live it. They were with us the other day in Laredo when we were judges for the Parade of Homes, and they came with us.
That's cool.
And they were touring the houses with us, and they learn how to behave. And they respect our work, and they know what their parents are doing for them on our daily basis. That's a blessing.
That is. That's massive. That's winning. I love that.
That's winning.
I love that. Well, listen, thank you for being on TM3 Impact. It was an honor having you on our podcast, and I can't wait for this to go out and everybody get to hear your story and how you best can help everybody. What's the best way for people to reach out to learn more about STH Interiors?
I think Instagram.
Okay.
Instagram is where we post more of our projects. They can see our work. They can feel related. Because you have to see it, right? Our webpage is just more like information, but our Instagram is where we get more of our work there.
Love it. So follow on Instagram. We'll have that link so people can see that. Tanya, thank you for being on TM3 Impact.
I love talking to you.
Yes.
So it was a pleasure.
Have an awesome day.